With mere days until Star Wars The Force Awakens, it looks like Disney's using every method at their disposal to combat spoilers, even arguably illegal methods. Earlier this week, an action figure featuring Rey was accidentally stocked on the shelves at an Iowa Walmart before the toy's official release. Justin Kozak, a Star Wars collector and contributor to the Star Wars Action News fan site, came across the action figure and, realizing it probably wasn't supposed to be there, took a photo and posted it on Facebook. This resulted in a DMCA takedown notice from LucasFilm claiming that they had violated their copyright. Marjorie Carvello, one of the site's owners, sent a letter to Disney explaining the situation, and Disney rescinded their takedown notice on Friday morning. For a while. Later that day, Disney resubmitted the claim, taking down the photo again and getting Kozak banned from Facebook for 3 days due to having multiple claims submitted against him. This is the part where I would normally post the entire image myself, but it is somewhat spoilery, although it is nothing that Harrison Ford hasn't already spoiled if you know where to look. And speaking of things that might get me hit with a DMCA, it was a big week for movie trailers. First up, Paramount released the first trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, and it still looks good. It has everything my inner 8-year-old ever wanted out of a TMNT movie. Not only does it have the turtle van that shoots manhole covers, but after 5 movies we are finally getting Bebop and Rocksteady. And they're even putting Rocksteady in a tank. Even the music feels straight out of the 90s. And moving on to something a little more dramatic, we have X-Men Apocalypse. There's really not a whole lot to say about this one. Apocalypse looks pretty badass. He has 4 horsemen, which appear to be Psylocke, Archangel, Storm, and Magneto, and I guess he's taking Professor X for good measure, leaving the fate of the world in the hands of Katniss Everdeen and a new cast of young X-Men.
I've never felt power like this before.
Over in video game news, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is sending gamers on a roller coaster of emotion. Shortly after the exciting reveal of gameplay footage at the Game Awards, Square Enix dropped the hammer on the fanbase by announcing that the highly anticipated game would be released in an episodic format, resulting in rampant speculation about how the game will be divided. Game director Yoshinori Kitase addressed the issue, and though no details were revealed about what the episodic delivery will mean for the game, Kitase did explain their reasoning behind splitting the game into multiple parts, saying that remaking the entire game in one go would simply be too large of an endeavor. We've seen everyone's comments and reactions to the news that Final Fantasy VII Remake will be a multi-part series, and many have speculated correctly as to the reason why we have made this decision. If we were to try to fit everything from the original into one remake installment, we would have to cut various parts and create a condensed version of Final Fantasy VII. We know none of you would have wanted that. And that brings us to this week's awesome video. Though not technically a new video, Beatdown Boogie edited their 8-part Mario Warfare series into a single movie, so if you haven't watched it yet, now is a good time.
Bill?
Toad. Now there won't be any question of who's the fastest gun in the Mushroom Kingdom.
There never was.
But as cool as that was, this week's awesome video has to be the latest superpowered beatdown from Bad in the Sun, Spider-Man vs. Darth Maul.
Give me a clue, a hint, anything? I know, you're from Jersey, right? I guess not. Ouch! Whoa, gotcha! Incoming!
And that's everything for this week, so how are you feeling about Final Fantasy getting split up? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, pass this video around to your friends, and have a great week. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go get in line for Star